How you doing, everyone? I'd like to go over something a little more serious tonight. Not that everything I talk about isn't serious, but I'll try and keep the jokes and the assing around to a minimum. Tonight, I want to talk about mental health and what's going on with this entire pandemic thing that we've got going on here. First of all, if you're alone, isolated by yourself, going through this by yourself, if you need to talk to somebody, reach out, talk to family, friends. If not, there's you can go online and there's several different services that are provided for people to talk to and things like that. But definitely, if you're feeling down or stuff or depressed, talk to somebody. I mean, you have to do that. Second thing I want to do is just describe some of the things you can do. I mean, there's so much to do um, between all the different movie channels and interactive stuff and the stuff you can do online as far as there's free college courses. There's a lot of businesses offering free things right now, free subscriptions to different sites, different colleges and stuff. Just classes. Take a class. Find something that you can focus on short term. Something that you can do every day. A big thing is to get yourself in a routine. Um, so I'll go into this here. The thing you want to do is, and this has worked for me, getting me through several tough things in life, but you need to realize that there will be an end point. This thing is going to end, and life is going to go back pretty much to normal, and you're going to have good days ahead. So you got to try and make the best of what you're going through now. But the thing you do is you look out at that point on the horizon and you realize, okay, we're going to be there. It might take however long, but you know it's there. You know it's there. So you don't have to worry about that. Once you get that in your head, then you put that out of your head. Okay? You just don't focus on that. Then you start focusing on the 2 feet in front of you. What you have to do every day to get through stuff. Just go from task to task to task. And like I said, have yourself a routine. Walking your dog, eating your meals, exercising, Skyping with friends at a certain time every day, reading a book, doing these things, but get yourself in a routine that becomes regular for you so you know, hey, this is the next thing I'm doing. This is the next iteration, the next iteration, the next iteration. And before you know it, you're on the other side. So the thing you don't want to do is focus. If you dwell on what's going on, oh man, this really sucks. Oh, we're stuck inside. Oh man, I can't believe it's another day. The more you dwell on that and put that stuff in your head, the harder it is on you, and the more you bring yourself. And if you're living with other people, you bring group morale down. So what you need to do is just realize that it's going to end. Focus on the tasks that are in front of you, accomplish those tasks, and move on, and be as happy as you can. And try some new stuff. I actually went on. I bought some more seeds the other day. Hopefully they'll be here in a while. So I'm gonna. I don't know if I'll do a post on it, but I'm gonna actually try my hand at gardening. So this should be interesting. But yeah, something new, something that I've never done before. I have a little bit of interest in it, but it's it's something as far as we talked about earlier stuff being self-sustaining, being able to do stuff, being able to grow and can your own vegetables or jar, I should say, the old mason jars. And I actually, when I was a kid, we used to go up to Michigan and get apples, and we'd bring them down. And I remember as a kid, we had, I mean, just boxes and boxes of these mason jars, and my aunts and my mom, everybody would get together, and they would peel all these apples and stuff, and they would jar the apples, can the apples. I don't know if you call it jarring canning, but so we'd make applesauce, and literally boxes and boxes of applesauce. And we'd have applesauce for fresh homemade applesauce, and it was great. But watching them do that, and that's something that they had a little more experience growing up with the earlier generation. Again, there's knowledge out there that's been lost. Um, Things that our grandparents and great grandparents knew, that everyday stuff that they had to do in their house, even though at the time they had electricity and indoor plumbing, there were still tricks that they were taught as kids before that stuff came around that they learned, and some of it got passed down, but a lot of it got lost. The good thing is now that we have the internet, so you can find a lot of this old stuff online. So find yourself a project. Find yourself a project. Say, hey, I want to learn to do this. I've got a good buddy of mine that he was into, again, storing food. So he figured, okay, well, how would you store food? And he looked at the way they used to do it. Well, he used to smoke it. So he made himself a meat smoker, to smoke meat to save it, like you would do with jerky. And he also He also read up on how to use salt to cure meat, to keep it. This is what they had to do before refrigeration and stuff. These are things, just hobbies, to teach yourself skills that could help you in a situation like this, which a lot of people, I hate to be the one who said I told you so, but people thought, that something like this couldn't happen. And we're going to get through. This isn't really that bad as far as, I mean, you've got 16,000 people that have died right now. How much worse it could have been. And if this was more serious, if this was a more serious type of illness that spread faster and had a higher mortality rate, or any type of natural disaster or something, this is why everyone should be prepared. And we'll go into that. I'll go into that. I'm going to do another video on preparedness just to give everybody kind of some quick tips and stuff. But staying on topic with this, just focus short term. Just go from iteration to iteration. The things you got to do, get through 1 hour of each day at a time. Do something where you're keeping your mind occupied, and you'll get through it. Don't think about the negativity of it, and know that it will end shortly. All right. We'll see you guys later.